Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Pretty Hands Mah Jongg reading. This reading will be for my Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for the upcoming week of April 1st, April Fools, 2019. We have a new moon in Libra on the 5th, which is interesting because we still have the sun in Aries. So it's like you have these powerful new beginnings, powerful but balanced, but diplomatic. New beginnings starting this week. So I think this is going to be a great week for y'all. What are the major things for my Earth signs for the week of April 1st, 2019, please? Right, so got 6 bamboo water, 9 circles, unicorn, ooh, and 8 bamboo mushroom. Look like some stuff going on with some relationships. Okay, so angel number 698. Please look that up, Earth sign, see if that resonates with y'all. Cool. So first card of the spread, 6 bamboo water. Can you see that? Okay, there we go. The light. 6 bamboo water. Traveling, communications, healing, honest talks. Right? You going places. You going places, Earth signs. And you don't have time for the stuff that's behind you. You don't have time to be focused on what's behind you, who's not coming, who's not following your path, the path that's already been pre-laid out for you, right? Your goals that you have planned out and plotted out, right? And meticulously planned, right? You've detailed these plans for your life and you are taking that path, and now it seems like there's something. You might be looking behind you. You might be too worried about the people who are coming behind you without focusing on the work that you're already doing and focusing on your own path. You got 9 circles unicorn. We talking about being honest. We talking about listening to your intuition. Now this is an interesting card to come up in Earth signs. I don't think I've seen it in a long time, if ever, come up for y'all. Because usually with water and intuition, you know, we talk about water signs. But here, I feel like since this new moon is about to be in Libra, balance, diplomacy, working with other people, this is telling you that you need to focus on being the unicorn that you are, right? Be unique. What did I just tell you here? I just told you here. Focus on your own path. You already planned it out. You're clearly doing what you need to do to get there. Don't worry about the people who are behind you, right? Because if you notice, his boat is both facing the wrong way. If you look closely, his boat, right, is facing this way, but he's going this way. So be careful with that. Be careful with worried about the people behind you. Be honest with yourself. Listen to your intuition. 8 bamboo mushroom. Be aware of things that don't make sense. So be honest with yourself when things come about that do not make sense vis-a-vis your relationships, right? When something is not adding up, when something just doesn't feel right, doesn't seem right, something's out of place, or somebody's out of character, be aware and be honest with yourself of that situation. So of course we got to clarify. So let's clarify the water card, please. You got 9 bamboo willow, 5 wine house, and 5 bamboo lotus. Okay, so again, we got 6 cards out here, and 3 out of the 6, actually 4 of the 6, are bamboo cards. So it's a heavy emphasis on relationships, which makes sense because last week you had dealt with some draining stuff. I assume was a relationship in some capacity, and you had renewed energy. So that's good. So for water, we're clarifying the water card. 9 bamboo willow. So healing, being diplomatic, which I already told you because this new moon is in Aries. I mean, is in Libra. Making sure that you are watering your own soil. What did I just tell you with this first card? I knew that. Look at this tree. It's doing good. It's surviving, but barely, right? It's right below the water card. Make sure your boat is focused on your path. You did this, right? Don't worry about who's coming in your wake. Make sure that you are watering and tending to your own seeds. That was the message for water signs last week. Again, that's heavy focus. So y'all could be having some relationship issues with the water sign, which is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But make sure that you are watering your own soil. Make sure you're focusing, because look, this tree is growing and it's still producing leaves, and it's, it's reaching toward its abundance, but it needs more water, right? Its roots are almost exposed. It needs more water, right? Focus on yourself. Focus on you. 5-1 house. 5-1 house. So when it comes to where you live, when it comes to where you work, where you teach, where you play, where you work out, where you worship, where you volunteer, tree houses, I don't know, but make sure that in that capacity, in your home life, in your work life, you are focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on what other people got going. You're not focusing on what other people haven't done in their job, in their house and situation. Take care of home, right, is what I get. Home meaning literal, could be literal or in a metaphorical sense, right? Take care of yourself, which is what I just said. It's the third time. 5 bamboo lotus. Rebirth, right? Tending to the inner child. Tending to your own awakening. Now remember, April is a 7 universal month, all about introspecting and being introspective and really reflecting on life as it comes and the path that you've laid for yourself and experiences as they come up, right? Because as a person who, is a go for it type of girl, right? My moon is in Aries, so I get it. I've realized that sometimes you have to reflect, right? Experiences are no good if you're not reflecting on them, because at the end of the day, this is all a learning experience as well, right? Everything is meant to be fun, but you're supposed to be learning stuff from every encounter, good, bad, or indifferent, right? So what this is saying, make sure that you are taking time to receive these divine downloads, because this is going to put you where you need to be mentally and emotionally, so that you can get to where you want to be in the physical realm. Alright, let's clarify the unicorn, please. North. Yeah, some hard conversations with possibly another earth sign, right? And some motion taking place, right? So it looks like with you being your own unicorn, you might have some issues with that. You might have some issues with not wanting to stand tall in who you are, still trying to play small, not wanting to be unique, not wanting to be honest, right? Issues are going to come. When you are honest with yourself, everybody ain't gonna like that. You have to know that, understand that, live that, love that, accept that. It is what it is, right? Everybody ain't gonna like it, and that's fine. But when you are honest with yourself, everybody wins, whether or not they like it. You gotta look at the bigger picture, right? The greater good. We're moving into 5D. We ain't got time for that other stuff. 3 wine earth. Again, this could be with another earth sign. This could be in your environments. What did I just tell you? So you have the house and the earth. House right above the earth. So this is revamping of your whole environment, right? You need to be honest with yourself when it comes to where you spend most of your time, where you live, where you work, where you play, right? There are some hard conversations that have to be had, and you have to initiate them, right? You have to initiate them. You have to be honest with yourself. You also have to make sure that you are focused on your path, because otherwise you're stressing on what you're not saying and being in denial about things in this situation that ain't right. They're going to impede you on your path. You're going to spend all your time just ignoring the path that you've already created for yourself, worried about the people behind you, worried about stuff that you never said, the things that you didn't do, right? 7 circles insect. Being productive, right? I ain't gotta tell earth signs that y'all are some of the most productive creatures on the planet, right? But making sure you tend to your own grass. You telling this other ant what needs to be done. What did I say? In this work situation or housing situation, any relationship situation that you're dealing with this week, you have to be honest with the other ant. Now look, these ants are working together toward a common goal, a common purpose, right? But they can't come together if they're not being honest. You're on this leaf and you see a leaf, this blade of grass. You see this ant down here. You have information that this ant needs, that this ant does not see, right? Because you have a more aerial view of the situation. You need to let them know. You need to impart that knowledge, because ultimately, if you don't, you're hurting yourself too, because y'all working toward the same goal. This could be at home. This could be at work. All right, let's clarify the mushroom card. got 5 circles dragon, and followed by 2 wine sword and 4 wine loot. So let's see. Let me get them all in the spread. Okay, so 5 circles dragon, a stroke of luck, right? So which makes sense because with the mushroom, it's already something unexpected, something out of the ordinary, something that you do not see coming in any dimension, in any way, shape, or form. With the dragon, this is saying something to do with luck, right? So this mushroom could be to your benefit. This thing that happens out of the blue could be to your, yeah. So this could have to do with luck. So this is something out of the ordinary that comes as a result of your staying on your path, being honest with the people that you need to be honest with, could definitely bring a stroke of luck to you or could benefit you monetarily. So this is probably a job situation, to be honest. This is probably something that you're dealing with at work that you don't want to speak up about, or something at home, maybe with shared sources, a shared bank account, shared bills, something like that, and it's some stuff that need to be said and that you're not saying. Maybe you spent more money than was budgeted, or you need more money from somebody else. In terms of work, it could be a promotion, and yeah, you gotta say this. 2 wine sword. A decision. Gotta make a decision. Gotta be willing to make a sacrifice, right? Which makes sense because looking at it, in this situation that you're dealing with, your environment, your housing, your relationships in these places work, this is going to come, a sacrifice will definitely have to be made, right? As a result of your speaking up and your taking advantage of these unforeseen energies and opportunities to improve your money situation, right? You're gonna have to make a sacrifice, which makes sense. The sacrifice could even be your speaking up for yourself. You're risking your reputation. Like, now you're not known as a little quiet, little meek church mouse, right? Now you have a more reputation for being bold or more assertive, which is good. We in Aries energy, baby. We in that Aries energy. Do it. Last card of the spread is a 4 wine loop. It's a joke. Have fun. Play your instrument and collect your coins. Be lighthearted about this. Do not take anything too seriously. None of these cards are horrible. The thing that comes out of the blue is definitely going to be something that benefits you. Definitely. It just will come with a sacrifice. But the only quote unquote negative card that we got is the North card. And that's not even that bad. This is just saying that some issues could surface as a result of your being honest in this situation. But it's clearly a conversation that needs to be had, and it's clearly a conversation that benefits you on multiple levels, spiritually as well as financially, right? And fun. You're going to get a peace of mind from this. So, yeah. Y'all know what y'all need to do, earth signs. Earth signs. So stable and grounded, and just make sure you listen to your intuition now, because y'all are very logical, very left brain, very practical creatures, and that's great. But now we in 7 universal energy, right? We're April. So April 7 is mystical, 7 is introspective, 7 is intuitive, right? It's touchy feely, hunches, right brain stuff. So just be aware of that. Just giving y'all heads up. All right. So how does a general message pertain to my Virgos? Light. Ooh, Virgo, first of all, look up angel number 34, see if it resonates with you. Maybe you are 34 or 42, I don't know. So Virgos, light, that is interesting. So I was just talking about being intuitive, being open to the unknown. This is a blank slate. There's nothing on this card, Virgo. Be open to this. This is a new moon. Clean your slate, clean your plate, clear your schedule, right? This is brand new. So the thing that you may have to do, you may have to speak up at work or something and risk possibly losing your job or your position, or at home, right? Possibly losing something because the sacrifice is going to have to be made, but ultimately it's going to work out in your benefit. Be honest with yourself. Listen to your intuition, Virgo. If it ain't right, it don't feel right, it ain't right, right? Virgos are very observant. I love them because they don't say much. You can confuse them with water signs, but they not. Just because they so to themselves, but it's because they're analyzing and observing everything. They have a bird's eye view of every situation because they just like a fly on the wall watching, the rest of us, act on the stage, and the Virgo like, oh, I see all of that. You know what I'm saying? Very mysterious creatures. So blank slate, Virgo. Say what you need to say. Be ready for new beginnings. Clear everything. Everything is gonna work out. Hey now, hey now. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle a little bit. Next, we're gonna do Taurus. Right? How does the general message relate to my Taurus? Earth. 3-1 Earth. Alright, Taurus, look up angel number 21, see if that resonates with you. So, for an Earth sign to get an Earth card, make sure you are being balanced. I'm also getting that you need to stay close to home. Stay close to home in every sense of the word. Home physically, right? So this is really probably not a time for you to be traveling too far. Stay close to home as Earth. Stay grounded, right? With the 7 energy, right? Because it's easy to get swept away in it because it's so esoteric. It's so light and fluffy. So because you know what, the new moon is in Libra. Libra is an air sign. So make sure you stay grounded. You stay calm, right? You keep your bearings about you. But most importantly, Earth is saying stay close to home in terms of yourself. Because remember, I told you, you need to be honest this week. You need to say what needs to be said. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to honor your intuition and your own insight. So stay close to home. Stay close to your heart. Close to yourself, right? What feels right to you, what you know is right. And if it ain't right, again and again and again, I will repeat, don't go for it. Say what needs to be said. Don't stray too far away from who you are. Alright, and shuffle one more time. I usually don't shuffle this much in between, but feeling the urge to. Alright, Capricorns, I ain't forgot about y'all. Alright, 4 wine. I'm 4 wine. 4 bamboo carp. Angel number 4, looked it up, Capricorn. Cool. So the carp. He's sitting back, he's waiting. He's observing the situation. He's not arguing. He's letting the wisdom come to him, especially when it comes to relationships. He is sizing people up, sizing up the situation. He's not giving away his power or his cards, right? His eyes are saying nothing. He's just there, receiving the divine downloads that he's getting in the 7 universal month, letting his abundance come. And also, look, he has his shoes off, right? So he's in touch with nature. He's in touch with himself. He's comfortable. He's at ease, right? Because he's just dealt with some stuff. He's unwinding, but he's letting information come to him. So for you, Capricorn, your message is let the information come to you. Look at this fish. This fish's mouth is open. This fish is whispering something to him. It's telling him something. He didn't even have to get up and go look. The fish came to him. The information came to him. Whether that information is about a new job, insight on something or somebody or a situation, good news or bad news, right? It could be a heads up. Let the information come to you. Stay grounded. Number 4 is about being stable. Capricorn, stay grounded. Let the information come to you. All right, y'all. Have a good week. Peace out.